Every week, I'm just like, we're so unhinged this week, and I'm starting to think that this is just how we are.
Abby and Kat were born in 1997 and became best friends when they were 6. Grew up together and started a band and bonded over music ever since. 20 years later, they are all grown up and spend their free time analyzing lyrics. Now here they are talking all about their Lord and Savior, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift. Taylor, if you're listening, we love you.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Kat.
I'm Abby.
And this is Fifth Floor Podcast, where we dive into the lyrics and lore of our Lord and Savior, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift.
Absolutely, that's why we're here.
We don't have any bits to trick you with at the beginning this week. Or throughout. I don't remember what my notes say. I just wrote them an hour ago, but it's fine.
April Fools has come and gone. We have been fooled. We have been the fools.
Look into my eyes and baby whisper, fool. Okay. You would know that if you listen to the Joe episode.
I'm so proud of the Joe episode, and I don't think not a lot of people watched it, and that's okay.
That's okay. It was for us, much like most of this podcast.
That's true. This podcast is for us, and then when other people enjoy it as well, that's just a bonus.
This week, the theme is, secret relationships.
Ooh, we all love that.
I'm covering Dancing with Our Hands Tied.
I'm covering I Know Places.
Both big slays.
Such slays.
I know slaces, right? Even Spear, you couldn't hear her probably, but Spear started crying after that one.
I cannot believe I did not make that joke in my notes.
It's okay. It just came to me. You
know? It's lame to you. So anyway.
I appreciate the effort.
Thanks. This is Taylor Swift month. This is Tortured Poets Department month.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Which is so exciting. Like, can you guys believe that in not very long we're going to have so many more songs?
So, that's so crazy to me.
So crazy. And
we're going to know if the exclamation points on Florida, what they mean.
Oh my God. That's going to be the first thing that I note. What's going on with Florida.
We're probably going to do like an Instagram live party thing.
Yeah. So one person said they would totally join our live listening session.
So you know what? We're going to do it.
So we're going to do it.
Because I used my PTO to take off on April 19th. Because I want to stay up until midnight and listen, and I haven't been able to do that since folklore because I've had like a job and I have to be like an adult. But part of being an adult is using your PTO when maybe you shouldn't. So
that is part of being an adult.
Some big important meeting that they're like, everybody should try to be there. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'll be listening to Taylor Swift's album. I didn't say that out loud. I just thought it in my head.
I think that's a really valid reason to miss a big important meeting because there is no bigger, more important meeting than listening to Tortured Poets Department.
I have a meeting with the Tortured Poets Department.
Exactly.
The meeting will be in session.
Yeah, so we'll have a live listening party and you guys should be there. That'd be super fun.
Yeah, it'll probably be on Instagram.
I think that's easiest.
Yeah. We'll probably go live a little bit before midnight so we can do some last minute predictions and such.
Ooh, that sounds like a really fun time.
It does sound like a really fun time.
Come join us. Oh, also, Kat finished the set.
I did. If
Look
you watch it, we have set.
You can't really even see all of it. There's a nice little cute little love letters box up there.
Yes.
Cut off.
Eventually, really one day we'll zoom out more.
Yeah.
For now, just more us.
It's great. It's great. And thank you, Kat. And I feel like a professional podcaster.
As do I. You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Slay.
Slay, slay, slay. Can you believe we didn't say slay, slay, slay last week?
Are you sure you didn't cut it out?
I did not cut it out. I know.
That's not very slay, slay, slay of us.
I know.
I think we were too busy laughing over the dog and bangs, which I think by the time this episode comes out, it'll be posted somewhere. But we put bangs on my dog Shakespeare as a bit to be like, oh, look we have Taylor Swift on the podcast. And then it's just like my dog with blonde bangs.
The bit didn't really work.
It didn't really work because Spear only made it about 2 seconds with the bangs on and wasn't facing the camera.
Right.
She's not a performer.
And
then she peed on the ground.
Yeah, it was kind of a mess, but we laughed so hard. It just didn't quite work for the podcast, so it's extra footage that we'll be probably posting on Instagram, so check that out.
Yeah, it'll be in last week's meme dump.
Anyway, sorry, I just had to say that we can play. What? Sorry, I have to do it a third time because I made a weird noise. I Know Places.
Woo!
Oh, okay.
I'm excited for this one. I love this song.
I love this song. I'm also excited for this one. So Weird thing about this song, it does not have a Wikipedia page devoted to it.
Honestly, neither does a lot of Taylor Swift songs don't, and then you have to go to the album page to find out like the credits and stuff. It's very annoying.
Every other song I've done so far, I've had a Wikipedia page for. Yeah.
A lot of mine haven't.
Really?
Stay, Stay, Stay did not. Dancing with Her Hands Tied does not. Most Reputation songs don't.
Interesting. Yeah, so that was
Um,
wild. I had to do like actual research.
What?
Yeah.
Cray.
I Know Places is the 12th track of Taylor's fifth album, 1989 and 1989, Taylor's version. It was released originally on October 27th, 2014, and then re-released on October 27th, 2023. We were there.
I didn't realize that both were October 27th. I'm going to be so real.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Numbers aren't my thing.
It was 9 years later.
Wow.
1989 years later. No, that would have been way too long to wait for 1989 TV, even for the bit.
Even for the bit.
Even for the bit, that's too long. The hidden message in the liner notes for the song was, and everyone was watching. Spooky and ominous. We love starting a sentence with and. In terms of performances, it was performed at the 1989 World Tour on May 5th, 2015 in Tokyo, Japan, through to December 12th, 2015 in Melbourne, Australia. It was the 7th song on the set list during that time. In the Reputation Tour, it was the surprise song in Tokyo, Japan on November 20th, 2018. And on the Eras Tour, it was the surprise song in Los Angeles, California on August 8th, 2023.
Noise. Oh, wait. I forgot to change the lights.
Oh, gosh. We have to get better at that.
Now we're in 1989 blue.
Yeah, we had to change it. This is kind of ominous. This is perfect for the song.
You're really into the ominous lately. You made me ominous.
I think it's my state of mind.
Ominous is a state of mind and we're in it. We're like any child in a horror movie.
I think it's so every time someone points out that I keep using the same word over and over again, it's always a negative one. Like Ari, my roommate, keeps saying that I'm using harrowing a lot, which is
Honestly,
true.
Banger of a word.
It's
though.
a great word, and so is ominous.
That's
So,
true.
There you go. There you have it. Taylor sent a voice memo to Ryan Tedder, and it's a very cute voice memo. And this is when she was basically mapping out the song during the songwriting process. I think you can find it online.
Yeah, it was on the like 1989 Deluxe, the original. I remember because sometimes you'd put the album on shuffle and then it would be like the voice memos at the end, and it was this and like blank space and another one.
It's so cute. I read the transcript naturally. Didn't listen to it. Read the transcript. The pre-chorus and the chorus are very similar, but the verses are more like concepts and incomplete thoughts. And then it ends with her going, "Now I'm just making sounds."
That's so real.
So real. And that was literally the majority of what I could find. So then I went to Reddit, which has been my new place to just be like, it's a dangerous place, Reddit.
Yeah,
especially for Taylor
Swift. I stay away
Swift.
from Reddit for when it comes to Taylor Swift themes things.
Yeah, I've just been going there for the chaos. And you know what's wild?
What?
No one has ever said a single bad thing about this song.
That's not wild. That's just correct.
I couldn't
Because
find anything.
I don't think it's possible to dislike this song because it's just really good and there's nothing like polarizing about it.
Right.
Like even though she doesn't do anything super crazy with, I think the only thing I'm trying to think which song on the 1999 tour when in the video they like randomly had the dancers like disappear. The editing on the 1989 World Tour movie is ass. It's so fucking weird for no reason. And I think it might be I Know Places where just like they do the shot where like she's leaning on one of the dancers and then they just edited out the dancer. I'm pretty sure it's I Know Places. I think that's the only negative thing you could say, and that's more on the editor than the song.
Well, I was pleased. I was very pleased. The only thing that I saw a lot was people being like, I skipped out on this song. Like I really slept on this song until recently.
I didn't. This was my favorite song off 1989.
Real ones have been there since the beginning. One person said I Know Places is the getaway car of 1989. So now we're going to just hop right into the song. This song begins with, it actually starts and ends with a recorder click, which is an indicator that like they're being recorded, they're being watched. Even during the song where she's saying they know places where they can hide, they're still being hunted. And like I said, ominous. And that relates to in the liner notes where she wrote, and everyone was watching. And then I did a little pronoun moment because the song starts with her going, I. And it's interesting because she talks about like we a lot, like they're the hunters, we are the foxes. And like you did this and whatever. But she starts and ends the song with going, I. So her knowing places and she already has this responsibility on herself. So it already starts with like, this is something that I have to do because I have the experience already and I know how to deal with it.
Because I know places.
I know places.
Gatekeeping places.
You can't just gatekeep hiding places, Taylor. Anyway.
Champion of hide and seek, Taylor Swift.
Yo, she would be like so hard to beat at hide and seek, I feel.
Because she'd just hop on her jet.
She would, and then she'd be in the sky, and I'd be searching for her on the ground for 3 days. And that would be that.
That was really specific. You took me there. You went there in your mind.
Yeah,
I saw you leave.
After 3 days, I would run, without water, I would perish.
Why would you be looking out? Why wouldn't you drink water? Why would you be looking for 3 days straight, no water?
That's the name of the game.
The name of the game is hide and seek, not hide and seek and don't drink water. What are you
I'm not fucking clear, Kat.
What did you just say?
I'm not a quitter.
Drinking water, it does not.
Listen, I tried a bit. The bit, it went too far. It went too far.
I'm poking holes in the bit. The bit is falling apart. Disintegrating in the water.
The water that I never drank.
Can drink it. All right, so back to Taylor Swift.
Now that I'm over that. So there's literal tears in my eyes over that. Oh my God. Okay. So the first verse starts with, you stand with your hand on my waistline. It's a scene and we're out here in plain sight. So she's setting up that they're literally creating a picture perfect moment in plain sight for people to see, because that's when you're in the public eye and you're dating someone. There are times where you're like, okay, the paparazzi's going to be there. So now we're going to make ourselves look like this fairy tale romance that people can capture it and then post about it and talk about how cute you are. And that gets us better press, things such as that. Mm-hmm. And then I can hear them whisper as we pass by. So talking about like not only the paparazzi, but also just fans constantly talking about it. And I drew a comparison to Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Pins. The Heartbreak Pins.
Pincer. The dog.
Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. That's a hard thing for me to say. Okay. This is actually the sign for no.
No, okay.
No, okay. All right. So
wait, is this K in sign language?
That is K in sign language.
No, okay. All right, moving on.
They whisper in the hallway, she's a bad, bad girl. No, okay. Anyway,
the great visual bit for audio podcast.
For everyone listening who is just like, what? I just clicked off right now, but it's fine.
It's fine.
If they haven't already. So
if that was the final straw, you gave us a lot of fucking straws. Thanks for staying.
Thank you for giving us all the straws I needed so that I can drink water after my horrible hide and seek game with Taylor Swift.
Bro, the Ivy at that point. Sorry, continue.
It's fine. Recentering. So I compared it to that line in Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. They whisper in the hallway, she's a bad, bad girl. Okay. Because the next line in I Know Places is, it's a bad, bad sign. So.
I had a bad feeling in Dancing with Our Hands side.
Ooh.
There's a lot of parallels. The more that you talk, the more that I'm like, parallel.
Interesting. And the parallel is bad. It's bad.
That's true.
The other thing that I wrote down, and I can't believe I did this to myself, but I wrote, I'm falling in love again. Why did I bring Labyrinth into this? Why did I do that? I would like to bring my former self to a cage match as we speak.
I will fight the ghosts of myself of the past.
For doing
Christmas Carol would have a real different vibe if it was me.
Well, because I wrote these notes like a week ago. We were going to record last week, and then I was feeling sniffly. It turned out I was just having allergies, but...
And I didn't want to record because I'm... Oh, when you're watching this, I'm going to see Olivia Rodrigo tomorrow if you're listening to this the day that it comes out. So if you're going to see Olivia Rodrigo at MSG on April 9th, come find me.
Yeah, come find Gab. But don't be weird about it.
Don't be weird about it.
But come hang.
I'll FaceTime Abby.
Yes, please include me. All right. Something happens when everybody finds out.
True.
True. Something does tend to happen. They fucked around. They found out.
Exactly.
So something happens when they find out. She's talking about how she's creating these perfect scenes for people, for the paparazzi, for all the fans that are watching who want it to be this fairy tale romance. But the thing is, like, no relationship is going to be that. It's not going to all be holding my waist, like looking out at the sea. It's not going to be all that. There's going to be ugly parts as well. And so people are being nosy and they want to be more involved in the relationship and they want to know more. And when they find that out, then they just like grab hold of it.
It's so interesting your perspective on it because I've never thought about it as her staging these picture perfect moments for the press before like going and being real. I always thought of it as like them trying to be low profile. Like they're just standing next to each other and he's like got his hand on her waist. And like it's this big moment, even though it's like not a big moment.
Oh. I mean, that is also a correct interpretation.
We both are right.
We're both right. Yay. We love both being... That was a hard cut.
I usually do the fade out, but the clap like, goes on for a really long time.
It does. Not as long as the crickets, though.
That's true.
Real ones will know. So anyway. See the vultures circling. Dark clouds. So now this scene that they've created starts to turn darker as people find out. Vultures prey on dead things and also represent death. Super happy fun times. And I think of 1989, I think about that picture of Taylor on the beach. There's seagulls in the sky, and just thinking about how like she was having this nice moment and the sky was blue and the seagulls were flying and it turned into dark clouds and vultures circling.
So it's like they're circling because they think that this relationship is failing and it's going to be dead soon.
Mm-hmm. Love's a fragile little flame. It could burn out. It could burn out. Taylor compares... I'm going to do that again because I went Taylor from Enchanted.
Oh, God.
Anyway. Taylor compares love to fire quite a bit. I struck a match and blew your mind. Hold on, let's play this game again because I didn't write down song titles. I struck a match and blew your mind. That's Getaway Car.
Getaway Car.
Okay, that's Getaway Car.
I could sing it. I couldn't name it.
Okay, this one's a hard one. Okay. Loving Him was red. Burning red.
Ooh. All Too Well.
Yeah, you got it.
I was trying to think of like an incorrect. Anyways, next one.
The last one that I wrote down was Yeah, it's a fire. It's a goddamn blaze in the dark.
And you started it, Ivy. Gay
Yep.
rights.
I can't wait till we cover that song.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, if this love were to burn out, it's kind of as if she's saying that the people at fault are the ones that are watching them and judging them and taking pictures and being invasive.
Because I think like the thing with the vultures and like that everybody waiting for it to fail, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy of like if all you hear about your relationship is that it's going to fail, then like eventually that's got to get to you.
Right, exactly. It's like they're deciding what the relationship even is. And in order to have any sort of authenticity, she constantly has to run and search for places where no one can see them.
Yeah.
Like she can't even share this relationship with the world because the world has already decided what it is.
Yeah.
Don't be weird about people's dating lives.
Yeah.
If you don't know them personally.
Even if you know them personally, don't be weird.
Just don't be weird. You heard it here first.
I hope not.
Because they got the cages. They got the boxes and guns. I already talked a little bit about how they're literally trapping them into a certain narrative that they've chosen. And then I compared it to in Nothing New, talking about like they shoot them down and then sigh and say it looks like she's been through it. And that's related to something different. That's more about like women in the music business, and this is more about a relationship. But the concept is the same.
But also like usually when like a relationship is being torn down, a lot of times the woman is the one who's getting the worst press because of the misogyny.
True. And then throwback to when we told you not to say the word slay anymore, and then the third line of the song in that episode was hunt and slay. And then Kat made that face, and it's the best thing that's ever happened.
It's so good.
And then we watched that clip like 5 times.
Because like we got drunk on the episode, then we kept drinking, and then we were just fucking dying.
Whew, that was good. That was good. I hope people appreciated that as much as we did.
I don't even care if anybody else liked it. I enjoyed
so funny. Oh gosh. Okay.
I did it for the most important person, me.
Sue Sylvester.
You know, I hate to make it all about me, unrelatable.
True. Oh gosh. They are the hunters, we are the foxes, and we run.
Furry.
How I cannot believe you just said that.
I let the intrusive thought win.
You really did. Like, I'll allow it.
That's all I had.
I just want to point out that Kat said that. Abby did not. Abby would never.
Abby's like, I will not fuck around and find out on this one. I will clarify up front.
Oh,
so
gosh.
I didn't say Taylor did. I do not think that Taylor Swift is a furry. I do not think that Taylor Swift is a furry. PSA.
Okay.
Continue your notes that are probably more serious.
They are more serious, but this is okay. This is what I'm here for. This is what you're here for. Okay. We're just talking about furries, and I'm like, the Archer. Like, we have to do a bit of a dramatic turn. Okay. So
we're transitioning back to serious.
We're transitioning to I've been the Archer. I've been the prey. Right now she's the prey.
She sure is. Because everybody likes to pick on furries.
Cat, drop it.
I'm so sorry. It's stuck. It's stuck in my head. All right, it's gone. I deleted it from my brain.
Okay, perfect. The other thing is that in Nothing New, they hunt and slay the ones, but they hunt and slay the people who are
You had to know what was coming.
Every single time I don't know it's coming every time. I just simply vibe.
That's so real.
So, in Nothing New, they're talking about people who are, could you please, for one?
I'm trying so hard to be for real right now. Okay.
The women are flying in Nothing New. And this one, they're running. Like, it's not even a good note.
But you know what? You got there in the end, and I think that, but like, no, so the song is more grounded. Bam.
Thank you. We got there. I can't believe you got there.
Listen, I have a fucking master's in English.
True.
I can bullshit my way out of anything.
That's true.
It's my job. I work in fucking marketing. Like, ooh, make this interesting. I'm like, this is the most boring shit I've ever heard in my life. Okay.
In my notes, I accidentally wrote they are renooning here instead of flying. They're renooning. Because I can't type. There you go.
You know, we're just making a new word. It's what's that book? Frindle? Where like the whole
Yes! Frindle!
Yes! Where they meant pen, but like they
just made up a word for it.
They just
Frindle.
made up a new word and then made it commonly accepted, and then it got in the dictionary.
Yeah. Does anyone else remember that book?
That book just slapped. I can't remember the author's name, but I read every single book that he wrote when I was a kid. I want to say his first name was Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell us. We won't Google it.
We can give it a Google later. We finally get into the chorus. Thankfully, this song doesn't have many words. So in the chorus, she starts with, "Baby, I know places we won't be found."
Also, just the production change from like the darkness of the verses into this like explosive, beautiful chorus is like one of my favorite moments on 1989.
This song is amazing.
This song is
let it be known that this song is actually so amazing.
Fucking banger.
It's so good. It is slept on by so many.
I think this was on in my top 10 on the like Taylor Swift ranker thing that we did.
It's really good. So in this chorus, and as I mentioned in the beginning with the eyes, like, she's been through this before so many times at this point. This is her fifth album. She's had several public relationships where she's been scrutinized. She's been through so much. And like, so now she's like, I know the places that we can go. Like, I know how to navigate this. I know how to keep us safe and get us away from the people that are chasing us because she's done it before. But like, also, just because she knows places to hide doesn't resolve the issue.
Because she's hiding from the problem. She's not fixing them.
Right, exactly.
She's not like, I'm going to take the gun from the hunter and hunt the hunter.
Yeah, because she can't, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know, she's been the archer, but she hasn't been the gunman.
Nope, that would be me.
Yeah.
Me. Anyway, to those who are unaware, I have wielded a gun in my time.
It's rifle certified. She hid it from me for 15 years.
NBD. Go listen to the sleepover episode.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's when it happened. Caught on film.
Live reaction.
Live reaction. Imagine if, like, never mind. I'm not going to get into that right now. Sorry, we're so ADHD here.
ADHD. Sorry.
It's fine. And they'll be chasing their tails trying to track us down. So, like, now she's comparing them to an animal. So before she's like, we are the foxes. And now she's like, y'all are dogs. You're going to be chasing your tails and getting nowhere trying to find us because I know so well how to compartmentalize and hide things from you.
Just like me, for real.
Like,
I'd be hiding shit from myself. Every day's a surprise.
That's the thing. And like, so like these relationships, because she has to live this way, are kind of doomed to fail. Mm-hmm. And it's sad and annoying. So she's saying, I know places we can hide. And that reminded me of the song Happiness, where she said, showed you all of my hiding spots. Oh, I know. I hate that I had to say that, but I did have to do it to him.
Had to do it to him.
I had to do it to him. Also, the two vibes of those songs could not be more different.
Could not be.
But like, I feel like that's connected.
Yeah, no, I see.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Then we get into the second verse. Lights flash and we'll run for the fences. Paparazzi is mentioned a lot in 1989. We talk about lights so bright, but they never blind me. Oh, do we want to play the game again?
It's New Romantics.
Right. Flashing lights and we took a wrong turn.
Wonderland.
Yes. Wait, lights so bright, but they never blind me is not.
Oh, wait, no, that's Welcome to New York.
Welcome to New York, right.
I was so confident and so wrong.
And I just let it happen too, because the third one is we're all here, the lights and noise are blinding.
That's New Romantics.
Right.
I just read your mind and you were looking at the New Romantics one while reading Blake's.
No, that's actually what happened, because I actually
for real?
Yes, because I wrote the title New Romantics.
Guys, mind reading caught on film, confirmed.
We are psychically connected.
That is brain cell ping pong.
Dun, 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 dun.
Like, yeah. Top tier.
Absolutely it is. So, also, I didn't mention this in the Welcome to New York episode, but
which you guys wouldn't know.
You guys wouldn't know because it's our least viewed episode.
Fair enough.
So fair. But the album opens with Lights So Bright But They Never Blind Me and Welcome to New York, and then New Romantics closes it with The Lights and Noise Are Blinding. Ow.
She'd be accepting it.
She'd be accepting it and also like learn some hard lessons. They're all just a blur. I forgot that she makes this name. Anyway, the last one is in Is It Over Now? She says there were flashing lights. So she talks about lights flashing and paparazzi a lot in 1989. Let them say what they want. We won't hear it. I wrote, will they not hear it or are they not listening? What was I doing with that note?
Well, like, she's saying that they can say whatever they want, but like they know the truth of it.
That's true. Maybe they're also just like, we won't hear it because they talk about it
so it is
behind
like,
my back.
It's like you're not listening because they don't know, like, you know that it's not true. So what's the point of listening to their lies and getting upset about it?
Yeah. And because she found these hiding spots away from them, so they're not going to hear it. Okay, that makes sense.
The hiding spots come with earplugs.
It's a BOGO.
It's a BOGO.
She loves a BOGO moment.
She loves a deal. Taylor Swift's such a Maxinista.
She is. She's a thrifty. She's Taylor Thrift, remember? Whew. All right. Loose lips sink ships all the damn time. First of all, that's a hard line to say.
Loose lips sink ships all the damn time.
It's
not
a
this
tongue
time.
twister. In the song This Love, she says, in losing grip on sinking ships. So very similar imagery. And she's saying that saying anything is going to destroy the relationship, so they just stay silent.
My mind also went to like the loose lips sink ships was like a, not propaganda, but kind of propaganda thing that they said during like World War II.
Oh.
I think that's where it started. Like, because if you like say in your letter, like, here's what our thing is doing.
True. It also makes sense because she compares love to war a lot as well. You know, like
Such
in
as
the Great War.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she says, not this time. So, like, she's not going to fall into the trap this time. But also you got to wonder, like, how happy can one possibly be in a relationship having to live that way, having to constantly be hiding and running away from people?
We'll get into that and Dancing on Their Hand side.
Hey, what the fuck was that?
I think what was really important was the hand movement. What do? Like you did like a little from the hip shot. What do? You gotta put a little wiggle in it.
I am so tired. Anyway, just grab my hand and don't ever drop it. In Blank Space, in the same album, she says, grab your passport in my hand. Alternatively, the whole drop your hand lore from Champagne Problems, dropped your hand while dancing, and also in the All Too Well short film where Brandon drops Sadie Sink's hand. I love how I say Brandon and Sadie Sink.
Yeah, I know, because you're like Dylan O'Brien is playing Brandon, Sadie Sink is playing herself.
This actually happened to Sadie Sink. Well, because
let's start that rumor. No, let's not start that rumor.
Let's not start that rumor. I guess I could call her. We don't have a name for Sadie Sink's character. She didn't give a sassy response.
Just her.
It's just her. So when Brandon drops her hand, and she goes, "You dropped my hand," in the kitchen scene, and there's that whole thing. Go watch our All Too Well short film episode. It's a good one.
It's so good.
So could be a reference to that. She's saying, "Please don't drop my hand," because that is very important to Taylor. Don't do it. And then she says, "They are the Foxers. Foxers, we are the Hunters." That's what she says.
They are the Foxers. It's a fox, but it's also a boxer. You're really leaning into the furry thing.
How dare.
Right.
Okay.
All right, next.
And we run. That's my next note.
So good.
My next note is that she screams and we run, and her vocals are so insane. They were already insane in the original version.
That was, I recorded my actual, like, I did.
Me too.
With the live listening of 1989, I only did my live reactions to the new songs, the vault songs, and then this, because I knew I was going to lose my mind at this, and I did.
Yeah, I definitely do have a reaction to this part. And I also have Out of the Woods with me dancing with pudding. I know that's another one.
Slay.
Important documentation. And then the chorus is the same. The bridge is just more there. They're the Hunters, we are the Foxes. They're not the Foxers, just so you know. And the chorus is the same. And then there's a little outro where she says...
No bridge. Interesting.
I know.
Well, she does like the pre-chorus, but in like a... I guess she changes the backing of
yeah, it strips down.
Like bridge energy, if you will.
I think this song is definitely more reliant on atmosphere and like production. Not that the not that the lyrics aren't amazing, but just like
because I feel like the lyrics and the production like work together so well that she doesn't need more lyrics to explain what's going on, because you catch the vibe.
Yes, because I feel like you don't need words to explain how she's feeling. We already know at this point.
Yeah.
And her bridges are usually there to talk about her feelings.
Yeah, the bridge is usually cut to the heart of it, but like the heart has been exposed the whole time.
Yeah, it's right there. We're watching. We're always watching. Mike Wazowski.
What?
Mike Wazowski. I'm always watching. From Monsters, Inc.
I know. I haven't seen Monsters, Inc. in a very long time, so I didn't get the reference. Hence my what?
Okay, well, probably at least one listener laughed.
Thank you, one listener.
Thank you. In a little outro moment, she says they take their shots, but we're bulletproof. The shots can be from the guns from the Hunters, or it can be like picture shots, photo shoots.
Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes.
Ooh, also that. And the line, and you know for me it's always you. That line is so romantic.
That line fucking hits.
It hits so hard, actually.
Like, this outro is almost like a bridge in its emotional intensity.
It kind of is, because there she reveals why she's doing all of this.
Yeah. You know, for me, it's always you. And then also, I feel like that really cuts the heart of a lot of 1989 being about this, like, on-again, off-again relationship.
I just got chills. Because it's like, we can go apart and find our way back to each other a million times, but you know, for me, it's always going to be you. I can try to see other people, but it's always going to be you. And for you, it's always going to be me.
Yeah.
And like, wow, how powerful that is. In the dead of night, your eyes so green. She also says that. She mentions Green Eyes in Wonderland, Everything Has Changed, and Sparks Fly, which are all different albums. They're not all different albums, but they're on different albums. So like, this isn't just a...
She loves a green eye.
Thing. Who doesn't? Green eyes are cool.
They're really cool.
Listeners who have green eyes, you're cool.
You're very cool.
Our eyes are blue, in case you were wondering.
They are.
So his eyes are still open and they're on her and they're close enough for her to see them through the darkness. And so
When the sun came up.
That was my note. You bitch. I'm kidding.
I was leaving the rest of the line for you to finish because I realized I stole your note in the middle of saying it.
So yes, when the sun came up, I was like you were looking at me, I was looking at you. It's very similar. Mm-hmm. And that's also a 1989 song, Out of the Woods, for those curious. In case you didn't know, we have already covered it.
We did.
And then it ends again with the I. Like, we get back to the beginning. Once again, it's on the responsibility is on her to find these places to keep this relationship going, because it's worth it to her, because it's always him.
I also think it's interesting that the song loops like The Archer. Because it does the same like beginning and end. Like The Archer has combat, I'm ready for combat. Just like the eyes.
That's true. It is a full circle moment. Also, it's interesting that she says, I know. It's called I Know Places. It's not called We Know Places.
Yeah, because it's like, also, I think part of it is that she's like showing, like, this person obviously is so important to her that she's willing to show her hiding spots, because like the more people that you show a hiding spot, the less good of a hiding spot it is.
Right.
I think of when my family went to Italy in 2018 and we had this secret room that we dubbed the girls' room, like the Amanda Show. And at first it was only the 4 girl cousins that knew about it. And then slowly we told every single other cousin, and then we all were crammed into this little tiny room. And then I came out by yelling, I'm the gay cousin.
The most incredible coming out story.
It's so good. It's on video.
I love that. Have I seen the video? I have seen the video.
You have seen the video. It was not purposely on video. My cousin that was recording did not know what was going to happen, which just makes it that much better. And it was on a different cousin's phone who didn't find it till 3 years later.
That's incredible.
It's so good.
Wow. I love that so much.
Discussion question?
Yes, there's a discussion question, but I came up with a joke that's probably not worth it at this point.
Say it.
Instead of the reason why it's I Know Places and not We Know Places is because it's a lot less cool to go we we I don't know, was it
Hear
worth
that
it?
French people use that?
That's how it's sung in France.
That's not what we means in French.
I know. Oh,
If you're saying in English, you wouldn't be like, yes, 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 yes.
maybe you would.
We.
Anyway, discussion question. Do you think this song would have been more popular if it was on Reputation?
Oh. That's interesting. I don't know. Because I honestly don't know why it's not more popular. I think it's just because it was never like a big single.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't on the radio.
It wasn't on the radio. I don't know. Because the thing about Reputation is that even though it's very beloved by Swifties, it wasn't as commercially successful as 1989 was.
Mm.
So, I don't know. But I think that it definitely fits the vibe of Reputation really well. Because there's a lot of parallels to Dancing with Our Hands Tied that I will get into.
I love that. And that's a perfect segue into
Dancing with Our Hands Tied. So Dancing with Our Hands Tied. It is track 11 on Reputation, otherwise known as Repuslation.
Yes, that is what people call it.
I almost wore my shirt again, but then I was like, I wore my Repuslation shirt last time. Shout out Shop Finer Finds. So this song was written by Taylor, Max Martin, Shellback, and Oscar Holter. And then it was also produced by those first three there. And Taylor revealed in a Reputation secret session that she wrote this song after she was papped with Joe for the first time.
Oh.
And like it was after they'd been hiding their relationship for months and months, and like nobody had seen them out together yet. And the paparazzi were just screaming like these awful things at her and like just hurling all these insults and stuff, trying to get them to react. And she was like, wow, like this is what it's like to date me. Like when the first time we go out in public anywhere together, like this is what happens. And in terms of performance history, this song was on the set list for the Reputation Stadium tour. She played it on the B stage acoustically with her little guitar.
Interesting.
It's very good. It's on YouTube since Rep Tour still hasn't been reposted anywhere since it came off Netflix.
Womp womp. When she played us.
She played us. Everybody thought something was gonna happen, then she didn't happen.
When is it? When is Reputation TV gonna drop? When?
We got 2 Friday the 13th this year. Let's hope one of them includes a little Reputation.
Let's hope.
And this song was also a surprise song on the Eras Tour on November 19th in Rio, paired with Bigger Than the Whole Sky.
Right.
Bit of a bummer.
Yes, I remember that.
It was a very sad time.
Yeah, it was a very sad time.
In terms of my personal connections to the song, I have not dated anybody in the closet since Rep dropped. But if I had,
this would be the song?
This would be the song that I would have been playing on repeat.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever hidden anything in my life ever.
That's fair enough. I am also like not good at hiding things or like keeping secrets. It's a big problem because I also wear every emotion I've ever had on my face fully at all times.
I do too.
And then if I don't have emotions, I have the worst bitchy resting face.
That is where we are the same.
Yeah. I look completely unapproachable in public. Like I'm going to like Trader Joe's and buy myself little flowers and my face is just like I look like I could kill a man. But in my head I'm just like do 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 do. Like
but do you want people to approach you?
No.
So
it works out.
It does work out.
But then the problem is if I do want to socialize, then I can't turn it off. But it so rarely happens that it's fine. Overall, my interpretation of the song is just, it's about dating someone that you know once it becomes public knowledge, like there's going to be problems that come from other people knowing, much like I Know Places. And like the effort of keeping everything hidden being a hindrance to the relationship itself. Right off the bat, I love doing secret, which also is another parallel that I Know Places with the I.
Interesting.
I didn't even think of that until just now. I love doing secret. This also was an Easter egg in the Ready For It music video. It's written on the wall. Which that music video came out before Reputation did, I believe.
It also reminds me of I'd Die For You in Secret.
Yes.
From Peace.
Yes. There's definitely some other Peace connections in this. And also, like, we talk a lot about her setting the scene for the song with the first line. And she's, like, creating this sense of, like, this song is a secret. Where, like, she can be honest on this album in this song in a way that she can't be in, like, the real world and everyday life. First Sight, yeah, we loved Without Reason. Like, so good. Because, like, the concept of love at first sight, everybody's like, love at first sight doesn't exist because, like, you can't be love. It can only be lust, whatever. Which, like, true, but also saying this, like we loved without reason. There's just that immediate connection that eventually developed into love. But
I have to say a quote.
Say the quote.
I have it literally written down in my notes app. I have quotes from media that stuck with me. And I've mentioned on the podcast before, this book called The Alchemist. And there's one quote from that book that's, "So I love you because the entire universe conspired to help me find you."
Gay. I love it.
It is pretty gay. Anyway, I just had to say that.
25 years old. How are we to know? Or how were you to know? When you are young, they assume you know nothing. My love had been frozen deep blue. My heart's been broken and yours has been blue from Lover.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize we were playing the game.
It's fine. It's fine. I didn't give any indication other than a slight
I know. I was
gesture.
like, are you going to say it?
Are you?
Are you? Do you even know Taylor Swift?
Do you even know places, bro?
Do you even know places, bro?
Bro,
No.
I know places.
I don't know places.
I've never been a place. Right now, I'm just floating in the abyss.
Placer? I hardly know her.
Touche. It also made me think of the Out of the Woods music video with her, like, going through all the different landscapes, including being frozen. Sorry, it's a big yawn.
Sometimes you gotta
yawn. Deep blue, but you painted me golden. Once believed love would be burning red, but it's golden from daylight. And then also an invisible string. I don't think she says gold anywhere in the song, but when it was on the Eras tour, the stage effect, like the floor of the stage had like a gold invisible, it wasn't invisible, it was gold, like a gold string starting from the Taylor and going out to the audience, or vice versa. Back before the one was on the set. And you held me close. How was I to know? She talks in a lot of her songs about, like, you should have known this, I should have known this, like, Getaway Car, should have known I'd be the first to leave, would have, could have, should have, like,
and Dear John.
And like this idea of her seeing the patterns of things that she's been through before and being like, I should know that this once again is not going to work out. Like,
but she's saying, how was I to know?
Exactly. So it's like, it feels so new and different. You know? The pre-chorus, I could have spent forever with your hands in my pockets. It's very like rom-com coded, 16 Candles, All the Boys I've Loved Before, like hand in the back of the pocket as the symbol of like this like innocent teenage love possession type thing. And it's also kind of saying that if the realities of the world never set in, if there wasn't anything keeping them apart, then she could have been content to like stay in this silly little like show of a relationship forever.
Stay, if you will.
She could have stayed. Picture of your face in an invisible locket. She can't risk keeping an actual locket, so instead she has to kind of visualize this fake invisible locket that she can keep with her and like protect her love by hiding her love. You said there is nothing in the world that could stop it. So like Taylor kind of wanted to ignore the problem, but then the you in the song points out there's no way the relationship could stay hidden forever. And this kind of, I feel like, is the first time that she mentions like having to warn somebody about what it's like to be with her. Like she talks about it a lot in Peace and Hoax and that sort of thing. I had a bad feeling, just like me for real. Every day I'm like, what's gonna happen? I don't know, but it's gonna be bad. Anxiety.
That's so relatable.
But also the line, I know places that I'm blanking on right now where she said bad.
Yes, because both bad. Bad. That's the connection. It's bad.
Bad blood. And darling, you had turned my bed into a sacred oasis. Spoicy. That was my only note.
Spoicy.
Spoicy. people started talking, putting us through our paces. Very similar to I Know Places, of people started talking about them. And like even while they were in hiding, any sort of glimpse of them, people immediately are going to start talking and start doing exactly what they were afraid. They being Taylor and her partner, what they were afraid of other people doing, which was gossiping about them and deciding what their relationship is like.
I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to talk about Hillary Duff.
Slay.
Remember the song Wake Up?
Wake up on a Saturday night?
There's people talking. They talk about me. They know my name. They think they know everything, but they don't know anything about me.
About me.
Anyway, Hillary, I love you. I love your work.
Hillary, I love your work. I love your gay awakening powers.
Always relevant.
Always relevant. I knew there was no one in the world that could take it. Like, she knows what she's experienced, what she's gone through, and she knows that if somebody could avoid it by just not being with her, they probably would. Who could ever leave me, darling, but who could stay? Who could say. And then she repeats, I had a bad feeling. But we were dancing. So she has this bad feeling, but she's ignoring it.
It reminds me of that scene in The Good Place where Michael is like having a midlife crisis and he just like gets an earring and starts dancing. He's like, if I don't stop moving.
That's so real.
Oh gosh, it is a mood.
Dancing with our hands tied. In a lot of Taylor's songs, dancing is seen as this like innocent, cute thing, or it's very freeing. Like, we're too busy dancing to get swept off our feet. Dancing around your room as the night ends. Never grow up.
Dancing around my room.
Dance around your room. But here, they're trying to be that like carefree, innocent love, but their hands are tied. So they can't be fully free, but they're still dancing together. And also, I didn't write this down, but do you think that their hand, like it's our hands, dancing with our hands tied? Do you think their hands are tied together or tied separately?
Oh.
Because I feel like it could go either way, and that's not my discussion question, but it probably should have been.
I don't know.
I think it could go either way.
It could absolutely go either way.
Because it's like they're publicly like tied together, so their hands are tied, but also it's like they're both tied together separately, so that's an extra barrier keeping them from each other.
I've always assumed that it's their own hands that are tied.
Same, but then now, what if not? Yeah, we were dancing like it was the first time. So the first time, the first sight, we love without reason. So they're dancing like they're just falling in love again. And I had a bad feeling. So like this lyric from the pre-chorus is so prominent and so caught in her mind that it comes back in the chorus again. Like it's unavoidable, this bad feeling, because it's not just a feeling. She knows that there's something is going to happen.
Yeah, because they're dancing, but they can't dance freely. They're still tied. They're still
exactly
like being.
And even though they can still dance, she has a bad feeling that eventually they won't be able to dance anymore. Second verse, I loved you in spite of. So first she loved in secret, and then so they tried to love secretly and keep things out of the public eye, but then once it was in the public eye, they loved each other in spite of all the bad press that they're getting. And in spite of the deep fears that the world would divide us. So, baby, can we dance through an avalanche? So she's asking if they can make it through all of these trials and tribulations that they're going to go through because of the public eye, and still be able to dance at the end of it. You know, would it be enough if I can never give you peace? Would dancing through it all be enough? And say that we got it. Like in False God, she's asking for reassurance from her partner like the whole time. This is kind of a sneak preview of that, of her saying like, this is what I want you to say that we got it.
Right.
Also like New Year's Day, what's the lyric? Why am I forgetting everything that's ever happened to me in my life? Help me hold on to you. Nope, that's The Archer.
I'm just trying really hard not to sneeze. That's why I can't. I can't help right now.
I was like, damn, I'm really flubbering it.
I have to sneeze so bad, but my brain like won't let me.
So yeah, in False God and The Archer, her asking her partner specifically, like, this is exactly how I want you to reassure me that we're good. I'm a mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted. So, like, she wants her partner to see her in all of her messiness, all of her flawed state, and still say that, yes, this is the version of you that I want. I want every version of you, even if it's not the best, quote unquote. I did air quotes for the folks at home. Because it's gravity keeping you with me. So, like, they fell for each other, and now they're, like, falling together. This is what I was like, maybe their hands are tied together because they're like, gravity's keeping them together, but also they're tied together publicly by this press and all.
They're made to fall apart, then fall back together.
Exactly. And then the pre-chorus happens again, but this time it's only the first half. So the turn this bed into a sacred oasis, that part was cut. So I kind of saw another parallel to The Archer there with like, the whole thing with The Archer that the beat never drops. And so like it's all just this buildup of anxiety that never gets released because nothing goes wrong. But in this song, things do go wrong. Like by the second verse, things are out in public and like things have happened. So it's like you don't need the whole buildup of the pre-chorus the second time because, you know, the second half of them like having a bad feeling that eventually something's going to come out. Like it already happened. We don't need to rehash it. It's already, the thing we feared has already come to pass. And then the chorus goes again. And then the bridge. Love this bridge. It's just her saying like these different scenarios of like, if the world was ending, if everything was going wrong, I would still be here dancing with you.
If the world was ending, you'd come over, right?
Yes. Right.
It just reminds me of the TikTok trend in 2020. I was, of course, on TikTok in 2020 when the pandemic hit. What a wild time.
As we all were.
Yeah.
And then I remember Julia, because that's Julia Michaels and her ex-boyfriend song. And like, I remember they won an award for it, and Julia was just like, and when the world started ending, you did come over. We quarantined together.
Aww.
I'd kiss you as the lights went out. So knowing that the end is coming, she would still choose a kiss at the end, which feels very Romeo and Juliet coded. Swaying as the room burned down. Like swaying as a way to describe dancing is such a like calm, like you're just kind of standing there and like, you know, swaying together. Like the room is burning down. There's this very violent thing happening around you, but you just would be like accepting your fate, swaying as the room burns down around you. I'd hold you as the water rushes in. The old people in Titanic.
Ow.
I mean, like, what else could that line possibly...
No, I know. It's just that hurts.
It hurts. That... Ouch. All of Titanic's pretty sad. But that...
I still haven't seen it. I've seen that scene.
That scene, and then, like, the mom... Yeah, sorry. That's more sad.
So sad.
And then those lines just repeat again. Oh, if I could dance with you again. Sorry, there is one more line. I knew I was forgetting something. So she's just saying, like, if I could dance with you again, I would do all these things, even if I knew, like, you know, things would end. I'd do it all over again. Like, I'd kiss you as the room burned down, swaying. Like, she would do these things even though they would cause her pain if it means she gets to be with the person that she loves. That's
so Francesca by Osier Coded.
I tell him, put me right back in it.
I would do it again, which is right now. I think that's my favorite song. I listen to it a lot.
So good.
And then I cry. I love that
Unreal
song so
on
much.
Earth is so good.
So good. It also reminds me of the song As the World Caves In.
Yes.
Oh, girl, it's you that I lie with.
Banger. And then she just repeats the bridge again to really drive it home, and like it builds a lot in the production during that part. And then the choruses again. It's the same. She just sings it more intensely. And that's Dancing with Our Hands tied.
Wow.
My discussion question: what song would you choose to dance to as the world ended? I also didn't answer this myself, so
that's a big old question.
I know, right?
I don't know if it's about what song I danced to. I think it's about who I was dancing with.
Okay.
That's my answer. Because I think that, like, I don't know, I have a really fond memory of dancing to Ring in the New Year to Move by Little Mix with you. But it's not that it was the song Move by Little Mix. It's that I was just dancing with you.
Yeah.
Gay.
And
And then
Romo.
Me and Liv, another New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, for whatever reason, is my only comparison to the world ending, I guess.
The year's ending, I guess.
We danced to Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. Heathcliff, it's me, I'm Kathy. Wild song. So good, though.
I don't know the song, but I really liked your recreation.
That's exactly how it sounds. And she goes like this in the music video for like
Slay.
a whole minute.
She's swaying as the room burned down.
Exactly.
I don't know if I have a song. I just be saying shit, you know? So my hint song is Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
And mine is Oh God by Orla Gartland, which it only makes sense to me. We always forget to explain why we chose the hint songs that we did.
Yeah, it's for us to know.
It's for us to know. Sometimes it is like the most tangential reason, just saying.
Like when I was doing 22 and I just picked another song that was on my 22nd birthday playlist.
Yep. Also, speaking of Orla, love
Orla,
her.
when are you going to marry Abby?
Orla
Like,
Gartland.
literally, when are you going to make an honest
The
woman out of
sexual
her?
tension has been there for years. I just had a screenshot from literally like 2 days ago where I guess I commented on one of her posts where she posted a picture from the concert that I was at and I'm in the picture.
Slay.
And I commented, weird way to ask me out, but the answer is obviously yes. And she liked it. And that means we're dating. So, Orla, I'm right here.
So follow us on Instagram at SwiftLorePod.
And on TikTok at SwiftLorePod.
And make sure to leave a rating wherever you're listening. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can also leave a little review. And if you do that, we will screenshot it and send it to each other and say something with a lot of exclamation points.
We always do.
Potentially emojis.
And every time people DM us as well, we get very excited about
We do.
it. So interact with us because we literally love interacting with you guys. It's so fun.
Crispy high five.
Crispy high five.
That was so bad. Let's do it again.
Oh,
that was
okay.
crispy.
Now
Bye.
for bloopers. Oh.
I didn't even have to go to bloopers. Blooper. I don't even know her.
I'm sorry, if you just saw the video, Kat put her headphones down and they slid all the way down the mic stand.
My headphones want to be fucking Tony Hawk. What is this? Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2? This is a cry for help.
Oh gosh, bye.
Why don't you sneeze?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so my body does not like sneezing.
That's, you know what? Fair enough.
I will just suffer in silence. Like a sneeze blue ball situation.
Sneeze balls. All right.
No.
Sneeze nuts.
No.
Well, I know that's going at the end of the episode.